Hello everyone. Welcome back to Project Wake. In today's video, we will discuss the topic on the secrets of the moon, written by L. Connor. Have you ever stared at the moon and wonder, what's up there? Why can't we see dark side of the moon? And why haven't we ever gone back? The Earth's moon has been a mystery to the people for thousands of years. For the fact that the moon is weird and really shouldn't be there. There is just so many questions that don't make sense or quite add up, such as why doesn't it rotate, and we can only see one side. The only moon in our solar system that orbits the sun in like an almost perfect circle, and the distance from the sun is perfect to allow for a solar eclipse. Astronauts collected soil and moon dust samples, magnetized moon rocks with ages that don't add up, and have puzzled scientists and researchers. The moon's density not quite right for Earth. Moon craters all the same age and depths regardless of sizes hit from supposed asteroids or debris. Elements not found on Earth. There once was a time in ancient Greece when the people named the Proselines, an early human race, remembered the time the Earth didn't have a moon, and one day it just appeared. They teach you in school that the moon orbits the Earth. It's constantly falling towards Earth, but its forward momentum keeps it in a stable orbit, preventing it from crashing down. Gravity is the key factor. The Earth's gravity pulls on the moon, causing it to fall towards Earth. The moon also has orbital velocity, a sideways velocity, which keeps it moving in a circular path around the Earth instead of directly falling down. The perfect balance between the gravitational pull and the moon's orbital velocity is what maintains its orbit. Some people still debate about if the moon obeys Kepler's law, due to complex interactions while the moon's orbit is primarily governed by gravity. It is also influenced by other factors, such as tidal forces. The gravitational interaction between the Earth and the moon causes tidal bulges on Earth, which can affect the moon's orbit over long periods. And perturbation. The gravitational pull from the sun and other celestial bodies can perturb the moon's orbit, causing variations that might seem to deviate from a simple application of Kepler's law. But just because we were taught these things, does it make it true? What if there was more to the moon than you ever imagined? Things they didn't teach you in school. Things you wouldn't believe. The real reason we never went back. And the dark secrets of the moon they don't want you to know. In school, they teach you that the moon was formed when a Mars-sized object collided with Earth about 4.5 billion years ago, and the debris from the collision collected into orbit around Earth to form the moon. They say the moon is lit up by the sun's reflection, and it doesn't produce its own light. As the moon orbits Earth, a part of the illuminated side that we see changes, causing the different moon phases. So there you go. It kinda makes sense, right? So that's how the moon works. An answer and explanation for everything, so no more questions about the moon now. Some people might take that information they learned and move on. There are others who know the real truth, and know that is not how the moon was formed and its true purpose. The people and negative beings who run this world go to great lengths to keep you brainwashed, controlled, and from seeking the truth, and all their hidden agendas. Now for the truth. The Earth's moon was not created by a collision and debris. The moon is an artificial satellite, a spaceship. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yes, it sounds crazy and made up, but I am sorry to say it's true. It was towed to our orbit over 12,000 years ago, brought here from Ursa Minor, also known as the Little Dipper, a constellation in the northern sky that contains the North Star Polaris. Why was the moon towed here? You may wonder. Its sole purpose is to be a base and satellite to watch over the humans on Earth and recycle our soul for energy. I will talk more about that later. The moon is older than the Earth. The moon is hollow. There are ruins and different bases underneath it. Structures, cities, domes on the dark side of the moon. Pretty much everything they try to tell you it isn't. It's no surprise we are so advanced in technology. Where do you think it all comes from? Humans? Our government have been making agreements and signing contracts with extraterrestrial beings for thousands of years. in exchange for power and technology that we use every day, and others you couldn't dream of that you most likely will never see. Selling out their own people for their own selfish needs and goals to control and maintain power. To please and be one with the gods, as they say, who are really just aliens and not gods. A never-ending cycle that history has repeated over and over. But you can continue to listen and believe in them and what they say. They are here for the greater good of the people and protect Earth, right? They will never lie to you or give you false news. Why would they? There are other alien life and human life on other galaxies as well, if you didn't know. There's a lot going on that you don't know about if you're wondering. And they do a good job making sure it stays like that. There is a battle going on that has to do between humans and our solar system, with an extraterrestrial race. Due to its locations, the minerals, resources, and human souls that are here. We are a natural resource to them. They don't care about who you are inside. These are negative beings who just care about power and control. They are the bullies to the new kids on the block. The government believes a truth to be a lie undiscovered. The moon is a spacecraft which houses up to 5 million extraterrestrials. It is hollow, covered with long bridges, monuments, structures, pyramids, and symbols on the dark side of the moon. You wonder if that's the reason we can never see it. Most of the debris you see on the surface in photos were put there on purpose to camouflage and make it seem like it isn't what it truly is. There is metal underneath it, and it has the ability to leave our orbit under its own power. The moon was built on another planet and towed here by being put in the tail of a comet. Our solar system has been built and engineered. According to the Andromedans, space travel has been in our galaxy for over 4.4 billion years, which makes humans again the new kids on the block. An interesting fact about our galaxy is that we have many different races living here, in particular the human race, which we are a part of. The Orions, Greys, and the reptilian race, who are the Alpha Draconians and run the show, and who don't like humans very much. There has been a battle between the two races, humans versus Draconians, for about 3.8 billion years. The reptilians came across human beings, having all that they needed. The reptilians are a remarkable race and are strong builders and master geneticists. They value genetics, not gold or silver. They are interested in life forms, and they try to control life forms through manipulating their genetics, which we have been subject to. Humans are the only species that carry the genetic makeup of 22 different races. And that's what makes humans so interesting and different and special. The moon you see is full of aliens and have come here to colonize, which they have both on the moon and here on Earth underground, in the hollow Earth. But that's another video I will discuss about in the future. The beings who have moved and colonized here are responsible for millions of kidnapped or missing children around the world, all for their selfish needs and experiments to feed off and harvest their energy and soul. And the world's government know exactly what is happening and where all these missing children go. There's water and food and breathable atmosphere on the far side of the moon. The craters on the moon open like entrances deep down where ships come and go out of. They are not all formed by asteroids colliding and creating those impacts. They have domes and spacecrafts and mountains that sit inside them. They have complexes on the moon that are inhabited by 35,000 full-time humans who are an Aryan race by birth, one of the earliest human civilizations. In the early 1980s and 90s, between the moon and our Earth, there were 18,000 Greys here. There were only 2,000 Greys that were left, and the rest were clones and organic robots with microprocessors grown in their head and controlled by some kind of radio frequency. They have the technology to replicate and duplicate humans, but cannot replicate the human soul. They have been manipulating, brainwashing, and controlling humans for too long, finding ways and loopholes to manipulate you without interfering with our free will and the laws of the universe and the Andromedan Intergalactic Council. that is made up of 139 different planetary systems who enforce universal laws and protect less developed planets and other species from unauthorized interfering. The moon is basically a soul trap, where these negative beings use our energy, vibrational frequency, and aurora to try and capture our soul, create and mix their DNA to make a new hybrid species to save their race. That's why humans today have a genetic makeup of 22 different races, and actually considered royalty to some of the other races. They feed off our negative energy and fear that produces a chemical in our blood called adrenochrome that these negative species crave like a drug. They recycle our soul and trick us into coming back to Earth to reuse our energy, feed off your energy, not let us evolve, and keep us enslaved all over again. Our free will has been violated big time, and most humans don't even know it, and believe the world and life they live is their reality, and you are nothing more, and can't do anything to change it. That you are just human, which is so far from the truth. You may ask, why don't the Andromedan Council and the other positive alien races who want to help humans don't or interfere? The answer is simple. They are, and have been, when we asked for help many years ago. But humans have to learn to work together, support, help, and love each other. Connect consciously, help one another spiritually evolve. It all comes to self-responsibility, and they are watching every day. Why continue to help if we just continue to kill and destroy ourselves and everything we see? Harming and poisoning ourselves and the world every day. Destroying the one place we all live on and call home. It just doesn't make sense to them. They want to help the humans and guide them to evolve, but not babysit. We must learn to evolve on our own. So, the ones on the moon found a way to separate the humans by divide and conquer, making them fight and kill each other by using jobs, politics, religion, and war. All just part of their game and plan to control you, suppressing free energy from you, poisoning and controlling the water and food, secretly drugging you. There have been multiple evidence and proof from the government, CIA, FBI, men in black, NASA, astronauts, and whistleblowers who have all claimed to have proof of videos, pictures, and audio recordings of hearing and seeing strange things on the moon that shouldn't be there or things they wouldn't expect to see. They have tried drilling through the moon's crust, but discovered it to be extremely hard and strong, like metal. Dropped objects and lunar modular onto the surface only to hear a loud bell or ring sound that went for hours, as if the moon was hollow. See flashing lights inside craters and in the distance. Things moving or disappearing on their own. Seen an entire civilization living there. Observing them. Made contact with alien species. All the things the government has been trying to hide and keep all this information from you. And tell you there's nothing up there. And show you a bunch of fake and Photoshop pictures. Could this be the reason we never went back? Even if we wanted to, why we created fake moon landings? Were we warned? We wouldn't be allowed up there because then we would see and know the truth. Is this why all the other Apollo missions got canceled? Or did they even really? They show you the truth in books, TV shows, movies. They show and tell you exactly what's going on. But unfortunately, most humans only see it as entertainment only, and nothing more. Blind to the truth. Coming back to the soul trap on the moon. What is it? Most people don't know about or even never heard of the soul trap, but it's the moon's main purpose for being there. These evil reptilian, negative energy manipulating beings have been waiting for you to die to capture our soul and be reincarnated back on Earth to be enslaved and reused as batteries to feed off your energy and soul all over again. A never-ending cycle. That's why when you die, you're told to go into the light. The light is not one but two things that work consecutively. The first being the moon's soul trap recycle machine that they use that's obviously an advanced technological machinery thousands of years ahead of us. The second being the opening of the birth canal when you're born. Some say that's why babies come out screaming. They just died in a past life. They trick you and could appear to look like anyone you believe or worship as God or one of your loved ones. They show you a preview of your life and past lives, and guilt you into coming back to resolve and fix any karma or problems you had, and to try and do better. But they also wipe your memory, so you don't remember anything. Have a fresh start. So how can you do better and evolve if you can't remember? Well, that's just one of their many loopholes and tricks they use to manipulate you. And sadly, so many souls still fall for it and remain trapped, giving the illusion of free will but secretly programming you, brainwashing and controlling you, without you even knowing it. Well, that's all for now. The purpose of this video is to inform you of the hidden truth and about the truly evil people and beings who manipulate and control the people in this world. I am simply the messenger and have a mission and purpose to share this knowledge and information to the people. Whether you believe in this information or not is completely up to you, and only you to decide, which I encourage you all to do your own personal research. Do some real deep digging into the things I mentioned and see for yourself. Hope you enjoyed and learned some new things. And I hope we can come together as a human race and make some changes and wake up before it's too late. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then please like, share, and subscribe to Project Wake for future videos. See you next time on Project Wake. Written/created by L. Connor.